Hello, my name's Julie Whitlatch, and I offer this video to those who did not know my husband, Bill Whitlatch, as kind of an introduction to his life and our love, and also, I suppose, to those who knew him but were unable to attend his memorial service on August 15th, 2014. Shortly after he died, I realized pretty much the most important thing in my life was for people to remember his life. And so this is offered in his memory 3 years after his passing. You'll notice there's one color image, and that's a little snapshot taken at our wedding. And I remember very, very well, as though it was yesterday, him saying, "I need to get out of this blankety blank monkey suit." And to Bill Whitlatch, a monkey suit was having to wear a corduroy jacket, blue Oxford shirt, and tie. By the way, for the record, he did wear a brand new Levi 517 bootcut jeans at my request. I was supposed to write something and a friend was going to read it, but I just couldn't come up with anything. Plus, I just kind of didn't want to ask that of anybody. So I decided I'd record a message just to see if I could string together words, that could make sense at his memorial. And this that you're about to hear was never intended to be played. This was actually just a sample run. But after I did it, I just didn't have anything else left. And so it's what actually played. Again, I know this won't be viewed by many, but I sure appreciate anybody who does view it in Bill's memory. So here's the recorded message that played at his memorial on August 15th, 2014. So Susan was supposed to read this for me, but I just felt like she's done so much to help, and I kind of hated to put her through this too. So here goes. My biggest message to all of you is that Bill and I had a really, really great life together. And if you ever saw us together, you knew we had a great marriage. And I know everybody's probably sick of hearing this, but I am truly the luckiest girl in the world, having had him in my life for 27 years. And I wouldn't change that. I wouldn't take that away to not feel this pain now. I know a lot of you are asking yourself, why? Why Bill? Why now? How could this happen to such a, incredibly skilled pilot? And I need you to know that I know. And here's what the deal is. When we're born, that's our start date. And on that date, we're given an expiration date. And Bill's day came. It's just that simple. His day came August 1st at 9 a.m. And just as, some people are angry at God and asking God why, well, just as you didn't question why Bill was born, you shouldn't question why he died, because his day came. There was nothing anybody could do. No man, no action by anybody that could have changed that. That day was set in stone, and it came. And I need you guys to know that if I can accept that, and I can, and I have, I wish you could accept that, all of you. Also, I need you to know this, that I truly believe, in fact, I know that my whole life, God was uniquely preparing me to handle this. And I don't especially know how, but I certainly know why. It is hard. This is really, really hard. But I know I'm going to be okay. And also, I want you all to know that as hard as this is on me, it's not lost on me that this has affected many, many people in many ways.
it's going to be a challenge for Macy's. I feel for them. That day, I think, was really, really a challenge for Nick and Beth. And I just feel so bad having them have to go through that. They did a good job, and I thank them for what they did for Bill that day. Barbara, her birthday's in 5 days. I know she wasn't planning on doing this. And then just a few days after that, 3 days later, she was supposed to go on an Alaska cruise. David has the honor, the dubious honor, to have to speak at a second brother's funeral. And that's a really hard job for anybody. And I feel bad for him having to do that. Sam was supposed to be in Las Vegas right now. Sure, Kurt had many things he'd rather do than to have to get off work and come down to Klamath and sit at his uncle's funeral. So I want you all to know that while this is indeed a challenge for me, and it's hard, I appreciate that many people have been affected by this, and but I just also at the same time need them to know I'm good. I'm going to be okay. So I need to know you are too. Now this is just kind of getting way too sad. So I'm going to go on to something else, and that's why we're in this building. Bill loved this building. He just thought it was neat. And every year when we go to the Potato Festival, he'd always be like, "Come here, Pookie, look at this, potato." And oh, by the way, if you knew Bill, you knew he had nicknames for everybody, and I had a bunch. And he'd go, "Oh, Pookie, look at this potato. Doesn't it look like somebody?" Or something like that, something silly. When I knew this day was coming, that we'd be having this memorial, I thought, oh my gosh, what am I going to wear? It's always a big drama for women what to wear. And I just immediately thought about this dress, which is my wedding dress. And Bill liked it. I only wore it one other time. And it's sort of neat to be married long enough that your wedding dress can be vintage and just almost cool again. So, I'm getting sad again. So I'll tell you one funny thing. Living with Bill, it was wild. It was like a comedy show. It was like a science project. It was all of the above. And I always said I felt like we were two kids just playing house. And we really had fun playing house. But bad stuff would happen, like all the MS stuff, and we'd have to be all grown up and handle it, and we did. And then, like, when baby Brooke died, it was really, really hard. But we, we're all grown up and we handled it too. And Bob and Carla and Dan and Paul, and just so many really big losses. Oh boy, there I go. So I'm going to tell you another story, and then I'm going to be done. And that is a story. Bill was really fun to live with on many, many levels. There were a couple little things that happened. One that comes to mind is in our master bath, there's a drawer, and so there's the roll on the stand, toilet paper roll on the stand, and then a backup roll in the drawer. And one time I was in there and there wasn't a roll in the stand, and there wasn't the holder, and there wasn't a roll in the backup roll in the drawer. And when we got home, I kind of got on him about it, because I thought it was sort of inconsiderate. And anyway, the next day I got home and I went in the bathroom, and it was like, holy cow. And so I hollered at him. I go, so what's this? And So there was a roll in the toilet paper holder, there was a roll in the drawer, and then there's this pyramid of toilet paper. And I go, what's the deal here? He goes, well, that's the backup. That's the regular roll. There's the backup roll. That's the backup roll to the backup roll. That's the backup to the backup roll, and on and on and on. And that was a typical day living with Bill Whitlatch. I like decorating, and I'm kind of okay at it. And he had this rubber chicken, and I'd come home sometimes, and he'd have it displayed, in a really funny way and funny position a lot of times in our pretty decorated house. And that was Bill, smart, brilliant. I mean, just way quick, smart, and funny, and witty, and clever. And I really loved him. And I'll really miss him. And I thank you all so much for coming, and for all the nice cards and food. And I thank you for coming today. He would love this. He loved a good funeral. Thank you.